Hello everybody, welcome to another episode here of Playing Board Games. I'm Justin, you might know me as Justin from Playing Board Games. Today we're going to be doing a live deck building of a current deck that I'm going to be running on the channel, whether this be in Patreon, somewhere else in the near future. And because someone in chat mentioned Jacqueline Curse, and I thought that could be pretty fun. I also just recorded a video about Blessed and Cursed in current, so it was kind of on my mind. And I wanted to give this a shot here because I think this actually could be pretty enjoyable. So, Jacqueline Fine, as a reaction when investigate a location, reveal any number of chaos tokens, reveal 2 additional chaos tokens. Of the revealed tokens, choose and cancel 2 non-auto-fail or 1 auto-fail token, once per round. I feel like in the long term, this is going to be an enemy management deck, and we're going to, in the long term, also build towards looping our spells with all of McBride, and the Spectral Razor is going to be like our end goal for this. And additionally, we're going to use the Rod of Carnimagos to kind of just like make all of this sing. But I think what's important is we need to find good ways to add in a lot of curse tokens. And at level 0, there's not that many, but we get some really nice ones on the upper end. Or at least I thought we did. We get Call the Beyond. I don't think we're going to do Key of Solomon. Maybe we do. We have to figure out how we're going to pay for our stuff. I mean, Call the Beyond is very good. That's going to be 3 curse tokens. The person we build this with is going to have some mitigation to work with this. I think realistically our hand slots are going to be 1 Rod of Carnimagos. Well, that's kind of fun. How they all just appear. Wow! And then we're going to run 2 Wicked Athames. I think realistically, I'm going to want to run 2 copies of Accursed as well. So the only tough part about this is that our ritual candles are really nice for curse tokens, obviously. But we don't really have the hand slots for them in the long run. And I don't think we have anything that really like boosts our spell slots. We have things that boost our arcane slot, but we necessarily don't have something that boosts our hand slots here. There was the Scarlet Keys hand slot one. Is there anything there that exists that maybe I'm missing? Because we have this one. No, because that's all arcane slots too. Occult Reliquary in the long term is not a bad get. Astute, that's not a bad shout. I don't know if we want to go on the, excuse me, if we want to go for these ritual candles at level 0. But at the same time, they might be good enough to just run, to just have something like in our hand slots, you know? Albeit, I do think Wicked Athame is actually going to be pretty good curse generation for us. And I guess we have to kind of see what the other half of this team comp is going to be. Okay, accessory slot, we're not going to be doing Doom Synergy, so we're not working with Blood of Thoth. Holy Rosary is obviously always good for that Horror Soak as well, but because there's no more Arcane Research or in the thick of it, I'm actually not too worried about my Horror Soak here as Jacqueline, so I'm going to run Crystal Pendulum because I like the card draw that this card provides, where we can, especially with some control over the token that we draw, I think that that's going to be pretty hype. Katarina is going to do a good job of holding space for level 2 Olive McBride. I think I overrated her when I first saw her, but maybe I'll give her a shot with this deck and we'll see what happens here. I think that could be pretty sick. Alright, as I mentioned, we're primarily gonna be a fighter. So we're gonna run like this, I think. We're gonna run 2 Azure Flames, because they just deal damage. We're going to run 1 Breath of the Sleeper, because I think Jacqueline would be pretty hype with it. and we're going to run one shriveling. Oh, sorry, two shriveling. The only thing is shriveling doesn't really level up well. We don't really have something that shriveling can level up into. So maybe in the long term, our shrivelings become our spectral razors. That could be something that we could do as we get deeper into this. Or alternatively, I could remove the shrivelings and play Ineffable Truths. That's not a bad idea. I mean, I also could, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the shrivelings, but we're going to level up into the Ineffable Truths. And then those can replace our shriveling. I think that sounds pretty hype to me. I really also wanted to try this Speak to the Dead, but I don't think I'm going to frick with that in here. But I did want to try this. Add to deck. Well, that's kind of a fun button. Oh, man, I'm so torn. Okay, I'm gonna, before I get into this, I want to go to Breath of the Sleeper again, because I think that card actually works pretty hype with this Call to Beyond, because this replenishes, right? Replenish all of that asset's charges or secrets. That sounds pretty hype. That sounds pretty hype. Okay. I'm going to play 2 copies of Drawn to the Flame here because we kind of just want to make sure we can get clues. I think I'm going to also play this Blinding Light. Where am I going to get this economy? Okay, well, we're going to play Voice of Ra. I think I just need to kind of like take it slow a bit. We're spoiled for choice. And I want to make sure I'm doing the right ones. I know it's crazy to say I'm spoiled for choice with such a limited collection, but I do truly feel like there is a lot to work with here. All right, back to this. All right. Confidence with Jacqueline's ability. What the hell? And even also Olive. Man, you know what? Let's take out a Cursed. We're going to play Confidence. You got me on that one, Astute. I want to try it out. I mean, it also works well with Olive McBride, right? I mean, it also works well with Katarina. Could you imagine? Just like token, like... I mean, I guess this only goes to being 4 wilds, but still. Dude, they should have not had the limit on that. That could have been so fun. Goes to the Moon with the Rod. Yeah, we probably won't do any Rod shenanigans in this deck, though. I probably won't frick with that too much. Yep, they definitely would, I imagine, fix a lot of the weird-ass wordings they have for things. So we can do spell or rituals. Let's look on the top end of this. Ritual. Alright, we're going to try it out. I'm actually going to cut the Shriveling. And we're going to play Speak to the Dead. And then I think realistically, we're going to just want a bunch of events that are spells or rituals. Ward of Protection I'll take. Yeah, Drain Essence ain't bad. The only thing is you need damage on yourself to take it and to play it, and I don't really know how much I want to frick with that, you know? So what do we got? We got 6 things we can return so far, but our hope is to get more as we get deeper into this. I'll take String of Curses in the level 0 deck, I think. Let me just look at Curse again. Not frickin' with that, and I don't think we're frickin' with that. That's okay. And then I think this deck is going to see some boost. We'll put some stuff in the side deck for upgrades here. But I think this Speak to the Dead it's got me feeling something. Alright, hand slots we got. Accessory slots we got. Ally slots, Arcane Initiate might make it into the deck. I think we'll bring her in, I think, because she's probably good, but she might get cut. Arcane slots... We got a bit of stuff here. I think we want 1 more enemy management. I think, what do we got? 2, 4. I mean, we can also grab a clue thing. But I think arcane slots are full. Body slot, I mean, I could go with Living Ink. Does seem like a good way to go. Let's do Willpower. I think we go down to 1 Arcane Initiate. Spells or rituals. I mean, we could go for an emergency cache. Do we need that more than Voice of Ra? What's our curve like? Curve's not... I mean, it's high, but it's not crazy. I don't know if I need an emergency cache. I could just go 2 Guts. Can you get the voice back? I can get the voice back. It is a spell. And then we probably want some card draw, so like maybe Guts is just how we close this deck out. Alright, I want to just look at this, chat. Let's just look at this. I could go 2 Arcane Initiates and 1 Katarina. But I think we want 2 Olives, so it's just easy to do that way. We're going to also do the sideboard. We're going to get the upgrade plan here. I'm excited to play this deck, though. Yeah, I like the Living Ink, because I can upgrade that. We need a lot of juicy XP, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun, right? Alright. I just want to go through at least a level 0 and just go one more scan. One more quick little beep beep boop boop. Let's go back to deck building mode, please. Don't think we need astral travel. I also like to keep my curve down. Yeah. So I think that on the Living Ink, we want to put Fist as the other one, which makes our Wicked Theme a little bit more reliable. Getting to 5 is pretty comfortable. But we have Breath of the Flame, Azure, we have Breath of the Sleeper, and Azure Flame. So the only thing is we're going to want to go to 2 Rod of Carnimagoses, but we can probably cut the Arcane Initiate. Alright, let's start doing our side deck. So going through again, we want 2 Rods. Our other hand slot was the Wicked Theme. That's probably going to make it for the majority, if not the whole thing, because it's probably our best curse adder. Sword Cane, I'm also going to just put in the side deck because I think that this could feasibly replace... This feasibly could place the Wicked Theme if we find other curse generation, or alternatively, if I pair this with another investigator that has curse generation. Which I'm probably going to build the deck for today, but I don't know if we're going to... It's not going to be in this video, but it'll be another video later on in the channel. And I'll do it before I do a run with them. Okay. Key of Solomon is cool, but I don't think it's the one we're going for. We're going for the Rod of Carnimagos payoff here. We want 2 Olive McBrides. That's just the way things are going. We're going to want the Azure Flames. I already have the Ineffable Truths here to upgrade our damage. I'm going to put Living Ink in the side deck just to remind myself to upgrade it. I will forget otherwise. That's a promise. Occult Reliquary, maybe. I'll put in the side deck, what we can see. Alright, but the spells are where things get very interesting. So we want 2 of these. Oh, I can get Call the Beyond back? That's crazy. So we're going to get the upgraded Blinding Light. We're going to get the, I can get this back with the Speak to the Dead, because Speak to the Dead is a ritual or spell. That's kind of hype. We'll grab the Dawn Stars, because it's a ritual, we can bring it back. Play when you resolve an effect on a Mystic card that triggers when, if, or after a Chaos token is revealed. Either cancel that effect or resolve it in additional time. So we're looking for when, if, after. For each. So it only works on the small one there. No. Fulfill the chaos. If you succeed, no. Yeah, so you could double up and Speak to the Dead. I think that's cuter than it is good. Alright, and then I want the Spectral Razors. Feasibly, we could do Read the Signs, but I don't think I'm going to. Let me take the Guts. And I think that's what we look at here. Alright. This would be the Jacqueline Fine is currently curse deck for current. I think this would be a fun time. I'm always scared to bring a fighter mystic, but I think that there's a lot of pieces and some redundancy. And because we have the Drawn to the Flame, that means whoever I pair this with should bring a little bit of damage. That's one thing I've found is actually very beneficial when you're playing current, is because the decks are kind of just generally... I think that specialization is still good, but you're rewarded for being a little bit more flexible in ways that I think was less apparent when you have like a full collection and you could just do frickin' anything. But yeah, there's a link to this video, this deck down in the video description. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to be building the pair for this deck, and you can keep your eyes for that on the channel. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a good one, and as always, a JJ's.